Afternoon, team. This is Pat Walker, Mission Winners, making the keyless video for Friday, 10/11/24. Dow Jones Industrial Average had a good day yesterday and did all right today. Just an inside day, but closed near the highs, so that's good to see. S&P 500 had a good day yesterday and closed near the highs today, or at its midpoint. It's okay. It's fine. It's trending up. We don't overthink it. There's something else very important, team. Have you noticed I don't have any oscillators on my charts? All right. Oscillators, they're not that reliable, okay? And let's suppose you put an oscillator on here and you're going to see this is overbought. Oh, I guess I can't buy stocks. No, that's why I don't have oscillators. We let price and volume action guide our actions. NASDAQ comp closed up or down just a hair, but still looks good, in good shape. Trending here, nice to see. Let's move on here. This hasn't updated at the time I'm doing it, but you can see the NASDAQ advanced decline line is still a little sloppy. After today, I think it might hook up a little bit, but we'll watch and see. Now, what do we do though, team? And I say it a lot. We let price and volume guide our actions. We don't forecast. We get in line with what is. And that makes us money, but it keeps us safe. Advanced decline line on the New York's a little bit better. As the time I'm doing this, these two indicators here have not updated, okay? But you can see on the NASDAQ right here, up volume leads down volume, new highs leads new lows by just a little bit, but it's good to see up volume leading down volume. And on the New York, up volume leads down volume by a little bit, new highs leads new lows. Good. So what's the big takeaway here? The action's okay. That's fine. And the action on a lot of our leading stocks is good. That's the final arbiter, team. We can look at all these internals, but we want to see our stocks making us money. That's it. So let's move on here and take a look. ACIW, I like the space across here. By the way, we always sort by industry group rank first, percent off high second. Group number 5, composite rating 98. The high on this bar right here is 5210. The high here is 5210. Well, that makes it easy, folks. By the way, we already own this. This could be a new buy or an add-on because it is a clean base up here. And I'll draw this to help you. Again, the high on this bar is 5210, as is this. ACIW 5220. Next on the list, CRS, Carpenter Technologies, top 10 groups, great numbers, composite rating 98. All the things we look for. By the way, team, I point these things out all the time, and you can look at them right there. It's just everything comes together for us. Take this out at 163.10. CRS, 163 and 10 cents. I like that composite rating, by the way. I love those numbers. There you go. Hood, HOOD, is owned already. And I'm going to show you where. Right there. Nice base right there. Look at the volume pickup on that bar, folks. That's good. Everything here looks great. Composite rating 99, A minus. Take out the tops of this bar. This could be an add-on. 25.90. Hood. 25.90. Little education here. You can say, well, what about making this a new buy? Well, it's a little bit too extended, okay? Here's a very important lesson. Buy close to the pivot. Don't chase price. That will help you a lot. ANET. You could say, boy, that's kind of extended. Yes. Up here would be aggressive. Where do we own this? Get her right. There you go. And it's working. We're in great shape. Let it work. The point is this: buy right, let it work. Don't chase price. It's too extended up here. Okay, I'm just laying that out. I'm not saying it's going to stop. I am saying, though, buy close to the pivot. Again, good shape, let her work. By the way, composite rating 99, earnings per share rate 98, relative strength 95, leading into that ground, B accumulation distribution. There's a recipe for a good cake. GE Aerospace, going across these tops right here. Top 20 groups, composite rating 99. I like how it's basing here. Also, it's basing on decreasing volume, and that's good. Shows not a lot of selling pressure. A minus accumulation distribution, rising earnings estimates. Take out the top here. 190, 189.88, 189, 189.42. There you go, right here, folks. 180. I'll make it easy for you. 190. 190. GE 190. Apple has a small base right here. This is a max list stock, as you know so well. And I'm going to show you the hourly on this. And you can say, oh, yeah, I kind of see a cup and a handle here, Pat. Yeah, me too. Take out the tops of these bars, 229.75, 229.67, 229.80 on Apple in a good market, 229.80. In fact, team, in all instances, I'm going to say it again, we don't buy unless the wind is at our back. I really mean that. I was managing money for years. We managed a ton of money up through the crash, into and through the crash of 87. We were out. Why? Because the market action was telling us to get out. And I had clients, grown men, your age, my age, call me up crying, how much did we lose? And I'm grateful we didn't lose anything. We were out. Oh, and I also credit Martin Zweig, who I had a great pleasure of meeting a couple of times. And if you don't know who he is, Zweig, Martin Zweig. Google him. What a great guy. He was a kind soul. Now, ARM has an accumulation distribution of C. I'd like to see that start to pick up, okay? But everything else looks good. Earnings per share 8.99, composite rate 88, and it's just basing right here, folks. Take this out at 152.10. ARM 152.10. You can say, how did you get that? The high on this bar is 152. Just add a dime. That's all. And it works. Now, when it goes, what are we looking for? We need to see, in all instances, team, every stock, we want a good market action, and good price action backed by volume. Avgo, AVGO is owned, and I'd add more if it could take out the highs of that bar. 186.42, 186.31, right there. 186.50, Avgo. AVGO, 186.50. By the way, I have great news. Tomorrow's Friday. There you go. Let's move on. NVIDIA's working for us. Love NVIDIA. Max list stock. Numbers are great. The only negative is that deaccumulation distribution. But a lot of money follows the stock, folks. Big money plows into this. Okay. So what do we want to do with it? Take this down right here. Okay. Go across these tops. What would that be? 135.10. NVIDIA. 135.10. And that would be an add-on, not a new buy, add-on. Let's move on. Alamos Gold, AGI, runs up, pulls back. Notice though, it's got good numbers here. Earnings per share rate 93, composite rating 99, rising earnings estimates. Support on the 50-day. And you can say, yeah, it fell here, Pat. Look at that. But notice this, even with that decline, it still has an A- accumulation distribution. Bouncing off the 50-day, take this out here at 1960. AGI, $19.60. FFIV is owned, and yeah, we'd like to buy more of that. You can see the shelf right here. By the way, where's this owned? Down there. That's good, folks. That's a good return. That's a real good return. It's basing here. Everything looks great. Earnings per share rate 76 with composite ratings 92. A+ accumulation distribution. You can't beat that. High on this bar, 222.87, 223.05. This would be a new buy or an add-on right here at 223.10. FFIV, 223.10. And I'll draw this. It's just a simple base, folks. That's it. I know I say that a lot, but a lot of people over-intellectualize this. We don't need to. Honestly. Hey, I'm going to tell you something. Every type of pattern that you've seen, like maybe, shoot, I've tried it. Let me tell you, I've tried them all. Okay. I'm very serious about what I do here. And I have been for a good portion of my life. There we go. Commvault CVLT lifted up here. This is owned. Where is it owned? Well, there was a spot across here. And see the volume that came into it right there? earnings per share rating 91, composite rating 95. I just want to take out the top of that bar to add to it right there. And what that be? 162.40. Add on, not a new buy, add on. We'll have some education on this video too, don't worry. Oracle is working. ORCL ran up, pulled back. Needs to take out the top of that bar, 178.70. Add on. ORCL, 178 and 70 cents. And again, team, that's an add-on, new, not a new buy. And you can say, why do you say that? It's a little bit too extended from the pivot in here. That's why. We don't chase price. Seriously, we don't chase price. Chasing price is an emotional thought process, an emotional endeavor. We don't do that. High emotions and good investing are mutually exclusive. SC's working for us and just let it work. It's just trending nicely, folks. There's nothing really to do with it. Let her keep on going. By the way, got good estimates going forward, doesn't it? I like that. I'm gonna look this on my other system here. Hold on just a second. Yeah, no, we're in good shape. There we go. Oh, by the way, why was it bought? Why was it bought? Well, I don't know about you, but I think everything here looked pretty good. Earnings per share rank's 5. That's no good. Composite rating is 94, 84, excuse me. A accumulation distribution. But this is what seals the deal. Look at those earnings estimates, folks. That's huge. Okay. And that's what we look for. So we might watch this. If it starts to take out the tops of this bar, we may add more. Okay. So and so therefore some people may not be able to watch the video. We'll put this on here at yeah, we'll add that 90. I'll make it better for you. 98.10. I'll put that on there. I don't want anybody to miss it if you can't watch the video. And again, team, your priority, that ain't lip service. Okay. I'm not doing this for me. Well, I am because I get involved in these stocks, but you know what I'm saying. Let's just carry on here. Amazon. I'd love to see Amazon follow through here, and I think it could. Volume starting to pick up just a little bit. Add to it. Take this out, 188.20. 188.20. Add on. DoorDash. I like the base forming here. Numbers are just okay. Earnings per share ranks 46. A minus accumulation distribution. Composite ratings 87. That's acceptable. Relative strengths 92. What catches your eyes? Oh, look at the volume that came into it today. Yes. And look at those estimates coming up here, folks. That's big. Okay. So what do we want to do? Take this out here at 146.40 dash 146 and 40 cents. We'll move on here. Front door. Gosh, you ever hear that song? What was that from Creedence Clearwater Revival? Do, 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 looking out my back door. Okay. Going across these tops right here. I like that. What do we want? By the way, good numbers. Earnings per share 90, composite rating 95. Let's take it to the hourly and see how it looks. You go, boy, there's some volume coming into that. Look at that. That's serious buying into the close. Go back to the daily, and what would we like to see? Well, there's highs right here, and I want to take that out. 49.20. FTDR, $49.20. Bert, VRT is owned. We're in good shape. Just let it work. It's trending here up the ADMA. Look at how it found support this morning on the ADMA. Is that beautiful? That's a good lesson to remember, folks. Oh, look, it's starting to drop. Right here on the, almost to a dime, stops right on the rising ADMA. Remember that. We're in good shape. Let it trend. Good job. IBM, another one, trending. And again, this isn't bragging. I'm educating here. Okay. This had a buy down here. This had another buy right here. And it's just trending. Is that a thing of beauty? There you go. Well, let it work. Let it work. Now, some people say, oh, let's lock in profits. Why? Folks, powerful lesson right here. Don't limit profits, limit losses. Let it work. Okay. please. And then maybe it's going to stop tomorrow, but maybe it's not. There we go. IoT is picking up here. You can see this top here and look at the volume that came into that today. That's a pop right there, folks. That's serious. That's institutional buying right there. Okay. So what do I want to do with this? Take this out at 50.70. Could be a buy. IoT, $50.70. ServiceNow. This ran up or fell, ran up, fell, lifted up again. Here's the risk with this. All right. It took a lot of power. It had to, it expended a lot of energy just to get up to the pivot. Also, this stock can trade with a wider spread. I'd be careful with that. Therefore, not on the list. Want to educate here. Netflix going across these tops right here. What is Netflix, folks? You know it. It's a maxless stock. Boy, oh boy, love them. Take this out, 733.90. Netflix, 733.90. 33.90. Continue onwards. Meta's working, and it's been working for a while. Has support right here on the rising ADMA. I'm not going to put it on the key list, okay? It's on my front page. Yeah, we're involved with it. You're involved with it. If it starts to bounce off the ADMA, we may buy more, but we're in good shape. Axon, AXON, another one. And I try to educate on these videos. It's acting great. Our buy on this was down here. And note the trend up the ADMA. Folks, that's how it works. Earnings per share rank 95, composite rating 99, relative strength was leading the stock near new high ground when it was bought. Volume pickup through that bar. There it is. And again, team, on these videos, I'm trying to educate, show what to look for. Goldman Sachs, golden slacks. Go across these tops. Look at the volume that came to it. 506.30. GS, 506 and 30 cents. In all instances, team, we'll look for a good market and we look for good price and volume action on it. That's what we're after. We'll watch and see what happens. There we go. Eli Lilly, good estimates going for. This stock was really good to us back in here. Your VIPs that were in that beast, look at that move, folks. That's monster stuff. Okay. Now, since then, it's gotten kind of loose here. You know, you got a tail bar here, tail bar here, tail bar here, just kind of whipping around. I think it's a little too loose, therefore not on the list. Kava lifting up here, but notice it ran up and then it pulled back. It's just a little choppy. I'd be careful with that. Okay. Now, here's the plus though. Look at the volume that came into that. Take it to the hourly and see what we have. We're about done, by the way. You can say, boy, it goes up, drops, goes up, gaps down. It's kind of loose up here. That indicates high investor emotions and lack of conviction. I combine that together and said, let's not put it on the list right now. QLD needs to take out the top of that bar right there. One, by the way, the high on that bar is 103.11. What's the high on this bar? 103.12. 1 penny difference. We take this out right there, 103.15. QLD, 103 and 15 cents in a good market. One slight negative, D minus accumulation distribution. Need to point that out, okay? And I'm not being negative. I try really hard to be another set of eyes for you. And I mean that from my heart. I'm not kidding. I take what we do very seriously. I take you very seriously, and that ain't a line. SSO lifting up here. This is another one with an E accumulation distribution, okay? I like the action with QLD a little bit better, so we stick with QLD. GDX just goes up, drops, goes up again. It's kind of loose right here, okay? I'd be careful with that, not on the list. SMH, I like this base across here. D minus accumulation distribution is a slight negative. There's been some good accumulation coming into it recently. Let's take it to the hourly and see what we have. Well, we've got a nice cup and a handle forming right here, folks. Take this out, 255.90. SMH, 255 and 90 cents. And again, team, if the market's okay, the M and Mission winners, the market, and we don't argue with it. Arc generation internet kind of chops around here a little bit, okay? I'd be cautious with that. And you can see it went up and then it drops and then it goes up again. It whips around quite a bit, therefore not on the list. MasterCard, go across these tops right here. This is a max list stock. Slight negative, it's not in a good group, all right? C plus accumulation distribution makes it a little tougher. Relative strength is lagging here a bit, as you can see. I can see it at 500. I have to tell you, there are times this stock can trade with a wide spread between the bid and ask. I'd be a little cautious with that. Therefore, not on the list. And again, I'm trying to educate you. This should look familiar to you. Square. I got the name right. How about that? There's still hope for me. Take out the top here, we'd add to it. 7110. SQ add-on. 7110. Add-on. We're about done here. Caterpillar, there's some travel range in here. I'd be a little cautious with this. Has a B minus accumulation distribution also. And there was some serious selling right there. You see that? So we'll leave that alone. Composite rating is 85 too. So got to be a little cautious there. Just pointing that out. Tesla, this just pointing, this is important. We never argue with price. I mean, folks, you buy it up here, I say you buy it for 263 and then it drops down. Oh, it's Tesla, it'll be all right. Drops down to 233. That's 30 points. That's a haircut, folks. There's no real clean entry on it, but I have put this on here for a reason. Watch this tomorrow. They've got big news coming tomorrow morning, okay? Be aware of that, okay? Just for what it's worth. And that is the entire key list for tomorrow. I went through all the stocks, team. This is a business and I run it like one. That's been my routine since, believe it or not, 1986 is the way I run it. And it worked out pretty good through the years. Anyway, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of you. Have a good, safe night. And always know this. Use me as a resource. I'm here. Ask me questions. We'll be ready to roll. And I thank you. And happy Friday.